All right. So again, welcome to your Monday morning rainy day yoga. And we're going to start on our backs today. So we are recording this class as well. So if you choose to do this recording later in the week, feel free to take a moment to grab a blanket, to play some music if you'd like. I do recommend music without words because in my personal opinion, is I find I get distracted with words. But and mix it up a little bit. Really think about we use our five senses to connect with the world, and experiment maybe a little bit with using your five senses to connect with yourself, to get inside your body. So what I mean by that is maybe, try the practice with some incense, or maybe try the practice another time with some essential oils. Try it, we're going to be staying on our mat today. Maybe, just kind of play around with, your views. If it does ever stop raining, maybe try practicing outside. But you can take that same practice and changing your environment and just see how it affects you. Does it affect you? And making those observations can sometimes be helpful in just, again, figuring out where you're at today and what you need today. So with that being said, we are going to start on our backs. And you can have the lights low if you'd like. Or maybe just closing your eyes and lowering your gaze. And if this is a little bit too hard in your lower back, feel free to bring a blanket underneath your knees or just bend your knees. Whatever works best for you. Just start to relax your whole back body. All places that are connected with the earth. All the places where gravity connects with that physical plane. Relaxing your glutes, your calves. Finding your breath and bringing all your awareness to that simple inhale and exhale. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Relaxing the belly, letting it rise with each inhale, taking up as much space as you want. Noticing the gentle fall of the belly on your exhale. Bringing your awareness to the sounds that are outside of the room. And just identify them without much dialogue or backstory. Hearing the rain on the roof, for example. And then bringing your awareness to the sounds inside the room. Maybe it's your own breath. The heat kicking on. And then bringing your awareness to the taste in your mouth. The smells in the room. And on your next breath in, gently reach your arms overhead for a full body stretch. Let's send the soles of our feet away, peeling those toes back towards you. And pointing the toes away, flexing into the front of the feet, front of the legs. And flexing back and forth. It's like we're getting a thunderstorm now, so if you hear rumbling and grumbling, unless it's another earthquake, right? We've had a couple of those in the past couple weeks. But knowing whatever's going on at this present moment, here on our mat, this time for ourselves, everything is okay. Take one more big full body stretch here. And as you exhale, sweep the arms down by your side. Start to hug the knees in, wrapping the knees close to your chest. Just stretching out that lower back, maybe rocking back and forth, making circles in the ceiling with your knees if that feels right. Just remembering to reverse those circles. Experiment maybe with the tailbone coming up off the earth versus bringing the tailbone back down. The knees will come closer to you as you peel it up and further away as you move it down. And we'll just hold on to that right knee and let the left leg go long on the mat. Maybe circle that right ankle. And letting that left hand come out by your side, bringing that right knee out towards your right armpit just a little bit. And then switching hands, we'll bring the left hand to our right knee, right hand out by the side. And gently start to move that right knee over towards the left hand side. For a twist here, maybe looking over the right shoulder if that feels okay for you. And stay right where you are, or maybe straighten that right leg if that feels right for you. Just staying here for a couple of nice, easy breaths. Bending into that right knee once again, we'll bring it back up towards our chest. Hugging it in. And we'll send that long, bringing the left knee in. Right foot comes to the mat. Maybe circle that left ankle a little bit. Bringing the right arm out to the side. Just take that left knee in a little bit towards the left armpit. When you're ready, switching hands, bringing right hand to the left knee, left hand out to the side, and we'll twist that left leg over towards the right, maybe looking over the left shoulder, and maybe straightening that left leg if that works for you. Knowing each side could be different. And coming back to center, when that feels complete, we'll hug both legs in once more. And taking that right knee across the left knee. We'll bring opposite hand to opposite knee. And sliding the hands down the shins, just hugging the heels in towards our sits bones. Letting that tailbone roll down towards the earth. And maybe roll back up, finding which one works best for you today. Releasing your feet. We'll switch legs here, bringing left knee over right knee. Still opposite hand to opposite knee, sliding the hands down so we can get into that left hip a little bit. Just allowing a gentle opening in the hips, gentle stretch. Releasing your feet here. We'll let those calves float parallel with the mat. And bringing our hands behind our thighs. Gently start to rock forward and back. Trying to stay along the entire spine. Gaining enough momentum to come all the way up to seated. Finding a comfortable seated position. Bringing both hands onto your knees, letting those sits bones be firmly on the earth, feeling free to remove a little flesh if you need to do so. Shoulders up, back, and down, crown of the head reaches for the sky. And you can keep your eyes closed or lower your gaze if that's comfortable for you. Just notice your breath filling up that whole torso, expanding the rib cage. Expanding the belly. And as you exhale, softening your whole torso. Next breath in, we'll bring both arms up towards the sky. Bringing the palms to touch, intertwine the fingers and sending the palms up and away. Working our best to bring our ears between our biceps without arching your back or hunching your back. Bringing the shoulder blades relaxed back into your back pockets. And we'll bring those palms to touch, traveling down to heart center, intertwining the fingers and pushing away here. And gently drop your chin towards your chest. Keeping a nice tall spine here. Bringing your gaze back up. Bringing the palms back to heart center. Inhale and rise. And let's grab the left wrist with the right hand. Reach up and gently over to the side. Try not to twist at all here. Just really feeling a nice stretch along that left side body. Big breath in here. Exhale back to center. We'll breathe in, grabbing the opposite wrist, reaching, pulling up, and then gently fall over towards the left side. Really conscious of not letting that right hip roll up or that right sits bone come off the earth. And coming back to center. We'll push the walls away with our palms. One more breath like that. Inhale and rise. And exhale, pushing the walls away. And we're going to let our feet go long here. Legs are straight, palms by your sides. Toes are flexed back, shoulders are back and down. Bending that right leg. We can bring that right foot in towards the right knee, or if you'd like, you can cross it over. Sitting up tall in the sits bones, we'll take that left arm up to the side. And as we exhale, wrapping that left arm around the knee and letting the right hand just prop up behind you for seated twist. And if that's not accessible for you, you can take that left hand and bring it underneath and just hug that thigh in towards your chest, whatever works for you. Maybe gazing over the right shoulder, and maybe not. Each inhale lengthens the spine a little bit more. And see if that exhale might bring you into the twist just a fraction of an inch more. Without force, without pain. Next breath in, we'll bring both arms back up overhead. Exhale, pushing the walls away. And switching feet, we'll let the right foot go long, left foot comes in by the knee. Or you can bring it across the knee. Right arm reaches out to the side and exhale, bringing that right elbow around or under, your choice. Letting the left hand prop up behind you, helping keep a nice tall spine. Gently gaze over the left shoulder if that's okay for you. Next breath in, release, reach for the sky once more. Exhale, go ahead and send the palms down. Bringing both feet long once again, and then we're going to bring them wide, creating a V shape. So staying forward on the sits bones here, we don't want to really force our legs so far open that our spine is compromised. We want to just bring them as far as is comfortable for you that you can stay with a nice tall spine here. We can bring the toes back. Inhale here and rise. Twisting from the right lower rib, we'll exhale and start to fall forward, reaching past the toes. And letting your hands fall wherever they may, to the floor, to your shin, to your toes. Noticing if you rolled off of that left sits bone, getting yourself back flush with the earth. And let's bring that right hand inside the right leg somewhere. Maybe you can hold on to the inside of your foot or maybe just your calf. Bringing left hand on top of right hand. So inhale, reach that left hand past the toes and up and behind you. Exhale, let's close it back up like you're closing a book. Inhale, reach forward first and up and back. Exhale. And one more, just like that, following your breath. We'll walk the hands all the way back up. Inhale here and rise. Twisting from that left lower rib towards the left leg. Falling forward, reaching past the toes. Letting the hands fall wherever they may. Adjusting your sits bones so you're equally planted on the earth. And find your breath here. Each side is most likely going to feel a little bit different. Try to avoid labeling one as the good side and one as the bad side. They're just different. So let's take that left hand inside the left leg now. Reach the right hand past the toes and up and back. Exhale, close that book. Inhale and rise. Follow your breath. Go at your pace. But moving mindfully and intentionally, like you're moving through mud. And when you've completed 3, we can go ahead and walk the hands all the way back up. Bringing both feet together once more. Bending at the knees, planting your feet in front of you. Let's let the belly and the thigh connect here. Maybe really wrapping your arms around your legs. And we'll pick up our toes and see if we can just slide forward here. We want to keep that belly-thigh connection. That kind of ensures a flat back. So only going as far as you can while maintaining that connection. And play with your breath here as you inhale. Think of lengthening the spine a little more. And as you exhale, maybe you drop another fraction of an inch. And maybe you don't. That's okay. You can release the arms and gently start to lead with the back of the heart as we come back up to seated. And we'll plant both hands to the right of us and just swing around, finding a tabletop posture here. And if you'd like to bring a blanket underneath your knees, you're welcome to, or underneath your wrists. The knees are under the hips, hands are under the shoulders. Lift the arches of your hands to get on the 4 corners of your palm. All fingers flat, each behind each knuckle, touching the earth. Toes can be curled or straight, your choice. Reach the crown of the head for the sky. Engage that core. Bring belly button in towards the spine. Inhale, let's find our cat and cows here. Tailbone rises, belly drops. The heart shines forward and the chin comes up. Exhale, tailbone rounds, spine round, chin drops. We root into our hands to get right up between the shoulders. And follow your breath at your pace for 3 more. Last one. And we'll meet back in tabletop when you're ready. Next breath in, right arm rises, reaching out to the right side and up. And as you exhale, we'll walk that right hand under the left, walking over to the left side. And as you do, you start to lower your cheek and your shoulder to the earth. It may not come to the earth this one time, but get as close as you're comfortable. Palms down is certainly a little trickier than palms up, so play around with that and see what feels best for you. And this thread the needle should be felt almost as a slow opening or sometimes a slow burn in the right shoulder blade. But it should never be painful, so come on up if it is. Rooting into that left hand, we'll start to work our way back up to tabletop, placing hands under our shoulders, resetting that table. Inhale, left arm reaches up to the side and upward. Exhale, walking the left hand under the right, and continue to walk it rightward until that left shoulder and maybe the left cheek comes to the earth. Finding your breath here. Bringing all your awareness to that left shoulder blade. Sending your breath there. Feeling it expand and relax on your exhale. Rooting into that right hand, coming all the way back up to table. And at any point in your practice, feel free to flip those palms over, counter stretching the wrists. You can also spin the fingers back towards you, if that feels good. Or you can come up onto knuckles, just for a break here. We'll send just the right toes back, lifting that right heel. Getting all of your weight equally on that right palm, and then possibly lifting and reaching the left hand away. Big breath in, reach hand and foot away from one another, just a little more. Exhale, we'll come back down, finding our tabletop once more. Sending left toes back, reaching up with the left heel, and then reaching forward with the right hand. Just noticing that that left hand starting to peel up. Make sure you keep that flat, protecting your wrist. Big breath in, reaching hand and foot away. And exhale, coming back down to the mat. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, lift heel. Inhale, reach arm. Exhale. Let's bring that left elbow and the right knee in towards one another, underneath your body. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale and reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. We'll reach away once more before coming back to table. Give your wrists some love if they need it. And reset that table. Sending left toes back as you inhale. Exhale, lift the heel. Inhale, reach right arm. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Inhale and reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale and reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Reach away once more. Return to tabletop. And let's bring our big toes together and our knees apart. Sending the hips back. And then maybe walking the hands forward. Just a little bit, dropping the elbows. And then forehead to the earth. Rooting the hands into the ground. Pretend as if you're pulling back. Getting a nice shoulder stretch here. Returning to your breath awareness. Noticing that whole back body expand with each breath in. And soften as you exhale. Next breath in, come all the way back to tabletop. We'll send the right toes back, lifting that right heel once more. Sending that left arm forward. Bending that right leg. See if we can reach back with the right hand and grab that the left hand and grab that right foot. Root into all those fingertips. And then we'll go ahead and find that big long stretch. before coming back to table. Left toes back, left heel up, right hand reaches. Bend the left leg, reach back with the right hand. See if we can grab that foot. Pushing foot into hand and hand into foot, opening through the shoulders. Release, go long once more before coming back down to table. Take a counter stretch for the wrists. We'll curl our toes, lift our knees, and as you breathe out next, send the hips up and back, finding that first down dog. You can walk your dog here if you'd like. Straightening one leg, bending the other. Root down to all the fingertips. Breathe in, sending the hips higher. And as you exhale, relax the chest a little closer to the knees. Big breath in here. Open mouth, exhale. One more, just like that. Next breath in. We're going to come back to tabletop just by dropping in for a moment, walking the hands back and coming up onto our knees. Taking just that right foot forward. We want the knee over our ankle. Back toes can be curled or flat. Checking in with your hips. And pulling that right hip back in line with the left. Big breath in here. Exhale, pushing the walls away. One more deep breath in, lifting up. Exhale, let's just reach forward just a little bit. Nice flat spine. So I want to bring my belly towards my front leg. Pulling back on that right hip. Continuing to breathe here. Exhale, bring the palms to touch and down to heart center. So we're staying with a flat spine on this diagonal, if you will. Twisting from that right lower rib towards the right side. Now some of you might be able to take that left elbow and hook it around that right leg. Only do that if you can keep your thumbs at your sternum and your elbows equally spaced. I cannot, so I'm not going to hook my elbow. Big breath in here. Let's exhale. Come all the way back to center. Let's drop our hands. Swoosh that right leg back in line with the left. Walk the hands forward just a little bit. Let the shoulders come over the wrists. Uncurl your toes, sending the elbows back and lower all the way to the earth. Inhale, lift from the back of the heart, finding cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Root into the hands, keeping those elbows in towards the rib cage. Coming all the way back up. Finding tabletop once more. And you can stay here or curl your knees, curl your knees. That would be a trick. Curl your toes, lift your knees, and find down dog instead. Your choice here. You always come back to child's pose as well. Big breath into the nose. Exhale, side up. Next breath in. Let's come back to table. Walk the hands back so we're coming up onto our knees. And send just that left foot forward. Knee over the ankle. Inhale here and rise. Exhale, pushing the walls away. Inhale and rise. This time as you exhale, coming forward with the front body straight. And holding here, pulling back on that left hip, making sure it didn't pop forward with the leg. Big breath in. Exhale, palms to touch into heart center, twisting from that left lower rib towards the left hand side. Thumbs are at your sternum, elbows equally spaced. You want to hook that elbow, feel free. Big breath in here. Exhale, let's come back to center. Plant the hands. Let's swoosh that left knee back, finding tabletop. We'll walk the hands forward, just about palms distance. Float the shoulders forward and sending the elbows back towards your ribs, lowering all the way down once more. Take a deep breath in here. All 10 toenails in the earth. Let's slide the hands back a little bit so they're next to the rib cage. Tucking those elbows in, opening to the heart. Next time you take an inhale, lift from the back of the heart and straighten the arms, lifting that torso and your hips off the earth. Opening through the front body. Maybe your thighs come up off the earth, maybe they don't. It's okay. Everybody's different. Big breath in here. And let's see if we can curl our toes. Exhale, sending the hips high, go all the way back to down dog. And if you want to come through tabletop first, absolutely fine. If you want to stay in tabletop, absolutely fine. Big breath in here. Open mouth, exhale. We're going to come all the way back to table, gently lowering to the earth. Uncurling the toes. Walking the hands back. Coming up onto the knee. Let's take our right foot forward once more. This time we're going to walk that right foot out to the right side of the mat. And then gently, using that right hand, let's just roll to the outside of the right foot. And that might be enough of a stretch for you here. But you can decide what you'd like to do next. Maybe you want to bring your hands down to the earth, right next to that right foot. Maybe as you settle in here, relaxing your muscles, your hips, your legs. Maybe you can start to work yourself down to your elbows. And maybe not. Bring blocks here. Maybe that's a nice little temporary move. Finding your version of pigeon, one that works best for you. And we'll go ahead and come to a flat foot once more. I'm going to heel toe that right foot back in line with my hip, bringing my right hand to the outside of the right foot. And start to walk your hands back, letting that right leg straighten, right toes come up. I have to move my right foot forward a little bit to get a straight leg. And then we're going to go ahead and walk the hands forward as we come flat onto that right foot. Right foot's a little bit ahead now, so we're getting a nice stretch in the front of the left leg. Let's take a couple breaths to movement here. Inhale, walk back, toes come up. Exhale, walk forward, toes come down. Inhale, coming back. And exhale forward. We're going to come back once more, about halfway. So our hands are on either side of our calves and our shins. And then we'll bring that right foot back in line for tabletop. And walk the hands back and up, coming back to our knees. And bringing the left foot forward. We'll heel toe that left foot over to the left side of the mat, preparing for lizard on this side. Left hand to left thigh, maybe we rock to the outside of the left foot. Consider staying here if this is really intense for you. Or if you'd like to increase the intensity, bringing both hands down to the earth, inside the left foot. Staying here if you like. We're starting to come down onto your elbows. Sending your breath to any areas of tightness or sensation. Noticing any thoughts that arise. And maybe just label them as useful or non-useful. And let them float away. We'll start to walk our hands up, come flat onto that left foot, and we'll heel toe it back in line with the left hip. And walking the hands back, extending the hips back, I'm going to send my left heel forward to get a straight leg. And then I'll walk my hands forward, bending into the left knee. And starting some breath to movement here. Inhale as we send our hands back and our hips back, toes come up. Exhale forward. We'll move here with your breath at your pace. Inhaling back. And exhaling forward. When you're ready to come out, just walk back about halfway. And scooch that left knee back. Find tabletop once more. And let's find a child's pose with our knees together this time. Toes and knees are touching, sending the hips back. And maybe walking the hands forward, dropping the elbows. And then letting your forehead come down, possibly to the mat. And if that's too intense on your shoulders, feel free to take your hands and cup them around your heels. Your choice for your practice. And walking the hands all the way back up once more. Maybe take another cat and cow here. And finding tabletop. We're going to kickstand that right toe off of the mat, off to the right side. Sending just the left toes back and straightening the left leg. We'll have our right hand just underneath our right shoulder. And inhale, left arm reaches out and up. And as we do that, we'll drop into that left heel. Finding that side Vasisthasana, side plank. Options here, you can stay right where you are, or send that right foot back to join the left. Maybe you pick up that left leg, your choice. Maybe take that left arm, reaching it overhead, bringing the left bicep near the ear. Wherever you're at, take a breath in, noticing the quaking and the shaking, and go ahead and come back down the table gently and easily, giving your wrists some love. Been pretty hard on our wrists today, so give them lots and lots of love, lots of counter stretches. Resetting that table. We'll kickstand the left toes off the earth and reach the right toes back. Making sure that left hand's just under the left shoulder. Inhale, reaching the right arm up to the side, and then to the sky as we drop that right heel so that right foot parallel with the back of the mat. And again, taking your variations here. Maybe you stay with that left leg down, reach the hand up and forward. And also bend that right knee, reach back with the right hand, opening through the chest. Pushing foot into hand, hand into foot. Or, as always, sending that left foot back to join the right. Your choice. And coming back down to table when you're ready. Widening the knees, touching the toes, sending the hips back, the child's pose once more. Really feeling the ground beneath your hands. Feeling the torso fill up with air, prana. Expanding with your inhale. Contracting and softening with each exhale. Next breath in. Plant our hands. We're going to walk our knees back in. Finding tabletop and coming back up to your knees once more. Inhale, both arms reach up. Shoulders back and down here. And we're going to curl our toes under, letting the heels come a little bit closer to us. You'll thank me for that in a minute. And let's reach that left arm back and see if we can hold on or touch our fingers to our heels. Try to do so without twisting. So we want both hips parallel with the front of the mat. And then reaching up at the heart, finding a half camel here. You may be able to take that right arm and reach back. I'm not there yet, but if you can and you want to, you absolutely can. We'll reach with that right arm up to help us back. Bringing both arms up once more. Reaching back with the right arm for the right heel. Squaring the hips to the front of the mat. Reaching left arm to the sky and then sending that heart upward and backward. Finding your breath in your front body, noticing the front body expanding with each breath in, softening with each breath out. Reach that left arm up so we can come all the way back to table for just a moment. Looking over left shoulder, let's let that left hip come forward. Coming back to center, look over the right shoulder. Let the right hip come forward. Coming back to center, let's go ahead and sit on our heels, if that's okay for you. Walk the hands back. And we're gonna just slide over onto our sit bones into a seated posture. Bringing both feet together. Letting the knees splay open. You can bring your heels as close to you or as far away as you like. Find what's comfortable for you. We just want a nice straight spine. Big breath in here. And keeping your shoulders back and your heart open. Lean forward with your heart. Only as far as is comfortable for you. Nice flat back. You want to grab onto your feet. You're welcome to. Each breath in, lengthens the spine a little bit more. Each breath out, heart might drop just a little closer to your feet. Could be just a fraction of an inch. We'll go ahead and walk our hands back up, bringing our hands to the outsides of our knees, bringing them back together. Maybe hold on to the backs of your thighs and let just the right foot come up off the earth. And if that's okay for you, we're going to rock just a little bit back to the back of our sit bones, just a slight micro movement there. See if we can bring both legs up. We're going to hug those knees together if possible. You want to flex your feet if that's easier, that's absolutely fine. Maybe let that right hand reach forward. You want a nice flat spine here. Maybe let the left hand reach forward. Absolutely stay here if you'd like. If this is too intense, you want to drop your toes, drop your toes. Many, many options for this. And if you'd really like to add an ab workout here, you can start to lower down about halfway. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale and lower. Inhale, back up. Maybe doing 3 more. Watching those knees, making sure they stay together. And after that last one, start to roll all the way down. And find another full body stretch here. We'll bend our knees, bringing our feet back to the earth. And let's bring our knees together and heel toe your feet so they're about mat's width distance. And noticing that lower back just start to melt down, expand on the mat. Bring your arms out by the sides if you'd like. Or one hand to your heart and one to your belly, and just noticing the return of your natural organic breath. Bring the hands back up by the sides. We'll let the knees come over the feet. And take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, let's drop both knees over towards the right hand side. Your left hip is going to come up off the earth, most likely. You want to leave the left shoulder planted. If that's challenging, just bend your left elbow and bring the left hand to your ribs. And let that shoulder just kind of melt down on its own. Planting both palms onto the earth once more. Inhale, knees back. And exhale, dropping them over towards the left hand side. Taking any modifications for your shoulders that you wish. Coming back up to center when you're ready. We're going to heel toe our feet back in line with our hips and our knees and walk those heels back. You're going to bring both hands down by your sides, by your hips, almost as if you could touch your heel with your middle finger. Planting every foot, toe, finger, palm on the earth. Rooting into those hands and feet. Inhale, lifting the torso as one piece, rolling those shoulder blades underneath just a little bit. And you can come right back down if you want. If you want to stay here, just notice if you roll to the outside with the feet. Come back to a flat foot. If you'd like to challenge yourself even more, you can straighten that right leg. Find that flat left foot. It just picks up just a little bit more. Then that right leg. Bring it back to the earth. And lift the left. Notice if you roll onto the outside of the right foot, get flat on that foot. Come back to the earth. And then lowering one vertebra at a time, starting from the top of your neck. To your mid back, lower back, and tailbone. Plugging both knees into your chest once more. Rock side to side. Make circles at the ceiling with the knees. Reversing those circles when you're ready. And finding stillness here, we're going to send our feet straight up to the earth, that legs up the wall position. If you want to hold on to the back of your legs, it's absolutely fine. You want to bend your knees a little bit. That's great too. The point of this posture is really just to elevate the feet and give the heart a rest, letting gravity assist in the circulation for just a moment. Point and flex your feet if you'd like. Roll those ankles if you'd like. Or stillness is what you're looking for as we start to close out our practice. Lower your gaze, close your eyes. Just find a drishti. And start to survey that heart landscape. Bringing your senses internal into your body. Inside your skin. Be aware of any emotions, thoughts, maybe just images, shapes, sizes, colors that arise for you. Just observe, without a backstory. Let them float away. Staying here for just a couple more breaths. It's a great posture if you're having a hard time sleeping at night. You do this right up against a wall. Flip around, do it right up against your headboard. Just starts to relax the nervous system, sending signals to your body that it's time to rest. Quieting that monkey mind. Bringing all your attention back to just that big breath in. And that long, slow breath out. Hug your knees to your chest once more if you'd like. And preparing for your Shavasana, your corpse pose. I'm gonna bring my right foot to the right corner of the mat, and my left foot to the left corner. But if that's too tough on that lower back and you want to bend your knees or bring a rolled up blanket pillow under your knees, feel free to do so. You might want to put on socks or sweatshirt, cover up with a blanket. Bring a folded blanket under your head or a pillow. Just allowing your chin to be neutral and your neck to be long. Hands can be out by your sides, fingers spread wide so they're not touching. And continue that internal journey. Noticing how your breath feels on the inside of your body. How it pushes from the inside out. Starting to just relax your temples and your forehead. Letting your eyes sink down in the sockets. Relaxing your cheeks. Sorry about the dog. We have a thunderstorm, so I think I'm pretty lucky that he made it this far. Relaxing your jaw. Just letting your jaw unhinge. Letting the tongue unstick from the roof of your mouth. Maybe wiggling that jaw around a little bit, releasing any leftover tension. Letting your throat relax as you swallow gently. Your shoulders, your chest and your belly might feel a little more expansive. A little softer, a little freer. Relaxing your hips, your glutes and your thighs, and all the muscles around your knees, your shins and your calves, your ankles, your heels, your feet, your toes. Shavasana. And when you're ready, not a moment sooner, just start to gently deepen your breath. Feeling that breath inside your body once more. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes and bring some movement back into the body. Taking any final movements here that would feel right for you. Maybe another full body stretch or hugging your knees into your chest once more. And when you're ready, just rock over to one side or the other in the fetal position. And just take a moment here to give yourself tremendous gratitude for taking this time for your well-being today. Knowing there's a place inside of us where we can connect to joy, love, and a universal consciousness. Quieting the mind and following the breath. Coming back up to seated when you're ready, taking your time. And together, bring our arms by our sides and take a deep breath in. Raise up, rise up, glance up, palms to touch, symbolizing that union of mind and body. And thumbs trace down to our heart center, where we close our class with namaste, meaning the light in me recognizes and sees the light in you. Namaste. I'm sorry about the dogs bombing the class today. They were very, very brave for the first majority of it. We had some pretty big thunderstorms here today, so thank you for your patience.